Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. I'm Shane and I'm back with a Amazon Lord of the Rings trailer. So the funny thing about this is Zach and I did it yesterday and I watched the Super Bowl. It was a travesty and I was able to avoid watching it. And then Zach and I did it. We had a great conversation. Zach is kind of the resident Lord of the Rings expert. He's a big fan of those books and of those movies. Books more than the movies, he'll tell you. And he had a lot to say about it. A lot of things good, some things bad, but overall excited and carefully optimistic, carefully anticipating it. Unfortunately, this is what happened when we recorded it. You hear that? Yeah, that's nothing. So unfortunately, we lost the sound and I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go through it again. I'm going to do my best to kind of summarize what we talked about because it was a really great talk and I do want to put something up. I'm very excited about this. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the trailer again now.
Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there?
I think that all looks really good.
Wonders in this world beyond our wandering.
Guys holding moose horns. So she looks like a little hobbit. They look like they're at the wall at the north and I always thought that was really cool right there. Definitely a dwarf. Some naked man. Jaime Lannister. Okay, so Zach, he has kind of kept up a little bit when it comes to some of the press releases on the information of what's going on with the story. So the things I've noticed from this and from a couple of the pictures that were shared with me, Galadriel, Zach noticed that she had like this warrior type look, and as far as he knew, she wasn't really presented that way in the books. And I don't know. So some background information, I did say this yesterday. I read The Hobbit. And I've watched the Lord of the Rings movies 2 to 3 times. I love the movies, and most of my Lord of the Rings, Eric Whiteley, he loves the movies. He thinks they're an incredible adaptation. Yes, they are an adaptation. And, you know, some other friends I have love the movies. Galadriel wasn't necessarily presented as kind of like a warrior type to me in the movies at all. And in the books, not really. But there are some stories of her being a part of some battles. And you can just let us know in the comments, maybe like I said, I'm really ignorant. Zach is the man when it comes to this stuff. If there's anything about Galadriel being a warrior elf lady, then just, you know, let us know. But to me, it was kind of interesting. So, you know, maybe that information is out there. And Zach, he has admitted he hasn't read them in a while, and he hasn't read everything. Okay, and then for me, Elrond, who was played by Hugo Weaving, obviously Agent Smith, one of his greatest roles ever. He was played by Hugo Weaving in the movies. I really liked him in the movies. I really loved the story with his daughter Arwen and Aragorn. I thought it was awesome. It was one of my favorite parts of the movies. But Zach was telling me it's not like a big focus in the books. I love that type of stuff. So in terms of adaptions, I think that was a good choice, at least in terms of stuff that I like to see. And I know elves don't age, you know, I mean, they age. Like, they live forever, and they don't, unless they're killed in battle. In the movie, there was a flashback to around this era, the Second Age, which is, you know, I think thousands of years, or a couple thousand years, and correct me if I'm wrong. But they flashed back, and they showed him when he was younger, and here they show a different him, looking much younger. And it's been brought to light to me that that guy plays a young Ned Stark in a flashback in Game of Thrones. I mean, I'm fine with that. It's a little weird. You know, some of the things that Zach and I talked about specifically was when J.R. Tolkien wrote this, he was writing a prehistory of the world, a prehistory of Europe. So, you know, I'm a mixed race. Zach's a white guy, and I said, is that weird to you? And he didn't think it was weird, because he understands, like, you know, there's a lot of people who love Lord of the Rings. When J.R. Tolkien was writing it, he wrote it like history. He was writing it like real history, and yes, it is a fantasy. There's dragons and stuff like that. And he, in his mind, he probably had a bunch of white guys. The books talked about the elves being fair-skinned, right? But like that being said, this is a big international production, and the elves, they like all. He told me that all the elves that we see in Middle Earth, they are actually a sect of elves that rebelled against someone. And I'm probably really butchering this. He's going to be watching this going like this, like when Michelangelo does it in Ninja Turtles 2 when April was chucking in front of Kino. So, sorry guys, you know, I'm really not an expert. I love the movies, and that's really as far as my expertise goes. But, you know, I was just asking him about that, and it makes sense that people, just like, you know, like for instance, when the Silk Road opened up, there was a lot of mixing of different people in the real world. So, you know, the elves, who are probably well-traveled warriors, wise people, and very enlightened people, they probably, you can make a case that even though it's prehistory Europe, you know, when there was mostly Caucasian people, and this is probably, he wasn't probably taking into account the migratory patterns of when we migrated out of Africa and out of the Mesopotamia and came over the Bering Strait into the Americas. He probably wasn't thinking about that, you know what I mean? This is a fantasy. But, you know, this is a production, and we were both really cool with it, you know what I mean? And I was wondering, because he's kind of a purist, you know what I mean? And he just like, yeah, I'm cool with it, and it can be explained away. But, like, when Tolkien wrote it, he probably was thinking of a white prehistory Europe. That being said, I think this is cool. I didn't see any Filipino elves, but, you know, whatever, we'll get there. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Anyways, guys, our overall impressions was we think it looked really cool. Zach is cautiously optimistic, and that's just how he is. But I hope it's going to be good. I'm certainly, I think, a little more excited about it than him, but I'm not a book reader. And, you know, I know this covers the Second Age, and I know that they don't have access to the Silmarillion. I think that's how you pronounce it. As far as I know, I think they have access to the 3 books, The Hobbit, and, you know, everything that's mentioned in those books, and maybe something else. Just let us know. But they can't actually use the Silmarillion unless it's talked about in other things besides the Silmarillion. Anyways, guys, I think it looks really cool. Sorry, this is like a really weird video. It's like a reaction, even though I already did it. But I just want to put something up talking about the movie. Zach and I are excited. And, you know, we have a lot of high hopes for it. And, yeah, we hope it's good. Just let us know what you guys think. Guys, thank you so much for watching my reaction and breakdown to this trailer. If I got any wrong, just yell loud and proud in the comments below. Just, you know, be nice, be enlightening. Let us know what you think. And, you know, yeah, like and subscribe. Hit that notification. See you guys.